Hey, and welcome to another installment of Geek Out Commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
Merry Christmas, one and all.
Yay. Sleigh bell
Yeah,
noises.
jingle, jingle, yay. I don't know why you're listening to this on Christmas, but it's available for you on Christmas.
It is.
It's a present to you.
It is. Open her up, and you'll maybe love it. I don't know.
The ripping and the tearing
Sure.
of Christmas paper.
All the paper. And, yeah, so just like we kind of promised on Christmas Eve, we're now doing a commentary for the Home Alone sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Actually, as a kid, I liked this one better.
I did too.
Me too.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll hold up. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's certainly, a movie I look back on fondly. Like I was saying yesterday, on yesterday's upload.
Yesterday.
Yeah, on the last upload, me and my sister used to watch this until the tape, wore the fuck out because it was so good and we enjoyed it so much. So let's hopefully it'll.
And I'm sure you will get to experience all the, hey, I know where that is banter that you have come to know and love from me and Sam about New York landmarks.
Well, particularly from Chris, he's actually, lived there.
Yeah.
So he's got me one up there. And
Yeah.
So the guy's kind of a callback to our Ghostbusters commentary.
All of our holiday New York commentaries.
Yeah. It's just kind of, I didn't plan it out that way. Jeez.
What are we going to do for Valentine's Day?
New York, I love you.
Sure, why not?
Fuck it. We've already done Shaun of the Dead, my favorite romantic comedy.
There you go.
Yeah, Chris, go ahead and set us up.
All right, so we are watching just the regular DVD of Home Alone 2. You should be fine watching it on whatever medium you're choosing. As per usual, we have it queued up and ready to go, just at 0 seconds on all the counters. Or I guess zeros on all the counters, including the seconds, whatever you want to say. So I'm going to be giving you a countdown and then telling you to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And there we go. A little 20th Century Fox action for you.
I think I saw this film, when it premiered, or when it was at first opened, on Christmas Eve. Because I remember going in, watching someone like that was 6, watching a late night show of this, and then going right to bed as soon as I got home. And I woke up and it was Christmas.
It's pretty sweet.
And you were lost in New York.
Yes, always. This is pre-Giuliani New York, too.
Yeah. Yeah, when Harlem was Harlem.
Brooklyn was not hipster central.
Yeah. God. Simpler times. Why is just the one E lowercase?
I was about to ask that.
I think it's juvenile. I don't know.
I'm sure it was the same in the first Home Alone, but none of us noticed apparently. just on this one.
Yeah.
Budget's crazy. They can do so much more.
And there's Kieran Culkin coming back.
That's right. Rob Schneider's in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
And Tim Curry. Oh.
Hey.
Hey-o.
Hey. And Brenda Fricker apparently.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, John Williams returning.
Entering the black hole that is the eternal being lost and home alone. That's just the hell he lives.
Yeah.
Every Christmas he's home alone.
Yeah. I actually did get lost a couple times while in New York. Usually down, either in one of the outer boroughs that doesn't organize itself as well as Manhattan, or in the financial district, which is about as organized as D.C. is. Which is to say not.
It would take me about 2 seconds to get lost in New York because I don't know any of that stuff. Although I feel like some of these commentaries probably help because I've heard so much about New York.
You'll probably be like, oh, hey, that was in that movie.
Yeah. Did you guys know that this is in Ghostbusters? and the person would be like, "Fuck you," and then punch me in the mouth.
Fuck you, this is New York.
Yeah. Go Giants. Seriously though, go Giants.
Huh. This time sponsored by Coca-Cola.
That's right. It was Pepsi in the last one, right?
Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, the Talk Boy. Made for this movie, and then by the next year, or the next Christmas, the demand had been so high that I believe it was Sony actually made the Talk Boy.
Taking me back.
And they had a Talk Girl that was pink, too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys have the Talk Boy?
I did. I actually think I still have it. You
have to dig that up.
I'm pointing, but,
I know, but
and Jake's looking.
Well, I really want to like be able to hold that while we're watching the movie.
I should have actually.
Hang on,
dug
I'm
it
gonna
up.
actually look. Hey, going off book.
Good luck. I'm pretty sure it's in the furnace room. But all right.
Hey, Christmas tree.
Like I don't think it's in there. I think it's through that door.
He really wants the Talk Boy.
Yeah, he really does.
I never had a Talk Boy.
It was pretty fun. I was pretty upset that it didn't have the half speed feature that this one does. It took another year before they had a Talk Boy that had the slowdown feature, and my mom had already bought it, so I was like, nope, not buying you another one. That's just bad adulting.
It's how power works.
Mm-hmm. It's also dangerous to have that many things plugged into. He's never going to find it. There's so much crap in that room. He's actually looking, too. He also hasn't figured out where the light switch is. He's using his cell phone. Oh, shit. He found it.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe he found it. I was just in that room earlier today, and I didn't see it. Oh, man. I wonder if it works still. I mean, there's probably no batteries.
We need to take a picture and then post it on, like...
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Your mic's not on. Don't talk yet. I'm waiting for you to sit down. All right, you're good.
Back in the New York groove, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like fuck with it or anything right now.
Well, like I said, I don't think there are batteries in. Oh shit! There's a tape in there. Is it blank tape? Ugh.
So yeah.
Nice. Let me see it. Oh, man, I haven't handled this in like 10 years. Oh, my hands doesn't fit in it anymore.
I've never held one.
I mean, I never owned one, which is probably why I was so keen on finding it.
Yeah, no, good job.
Thanks, man. It's funny. I opened the door. The first thing I saw was the Talk Boy.
Really?
Yeah, the very first thing.
We should all like just take pictures with it. Here, make sure to extend the microphone. Otherwise, it doesn't look right. Screw the commentary.
Oh, man. This is... Hey, look, there's older Pete from The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like the same set from, like, Hook.
This is pretty messed up, you know. That they're allowing this to go on, and that everyone's laughing.
Yeah, it's not even that funny. They're so easily amused in the fictional suburb of Chicago.
His voice isn't that bad either. Like, you know, for an elementary school thing.
It's like in Step Brothers. Derek's got mangina tits.
Oh yeah, Derek's got a mangina.
Oh, wow, it still does have batteries in it. They're dead, but... Ugh. Oh, my God. How many batteries came in this thing? 4?
Oh, they just killed Julia Childs. Again.
Oof.
Be careful. That's some battery acid.
Yeah, that's some battery acid. Oh, man, this one like, exploded.
When was the last time you'd seen that thing?
Like 10 years.
10 years ago?
Yeah. I should probably not just put this down somewhere. I should probably...
Toss it?
Yeah. Oh. This is empty. That doesn't sound sincere at all. It's all right. I have some
nice
sanitizer. Some zombie.
My mom would be very proud of you because she's always got the Germ-X handy.
Oh my god. It's been a while since I've used this too. This is...
It's just acid now. It's like actual acid.
Well, I got this at the Zombieland premiere.
Oh,
I did a zombie walk in DC and got to see Zombieland like a week ahead of time. Yeah, and I have the trailer for it right there.
What's the year in between the first and second?
Believe this is 91 that this came out. Which would make I know that it came out 2 years afterwards, but
that would be 92 then.
But
if it was 2 years,
it was set 1 year later, but it took 2 years for it to come out.
I'm curious now.
Ooh.
What, do you win the PGA Tour with that jacket?
92 by the looks of it. 24% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oof, yeah, I'm gonna have to clean out this battery pack, or the before I can put new batteries in it. They're not gonna make any conductivity. Ew.
Remember the last time I forced you to sleep in the attic and we left you home?
No one learned anything from last year.
Yeah. How quickly we forget.
My hands don't work on this at all. It's going to be the weirdest picture ever, if anyone actually counts my fingers. Count the shells, Big Bird. Sons of bitches.
I wanted them to hold the size of their face. Because clearly we can't get enough. That's the thing. If you didn't like the gags the first 5 times, you're not going to like the gags the first next 10 times. I do like, though, that Kevin actually makes it to the fucking airport this time.
Yeah.
Seriously, Chris, I'm so glad that you own one of these Top Boys and that we found it.
I'm so glad that I still had it relatively handy. I learned something from last year. And I mean, at least Mom was like, wait, where's Kevin?
Just imagine the pitch for this. They're like, so, guys, remember the first Home Alone? Yeah? It happens again. Sold.
I feel like it was the first one was the highest grossing comedy unadjusted for inflation at that time, because it was a huge fucking movie.
Oh, and as a correction, no, Sony did not make the Talkboy. It is a licensed piece of merchandise from Fox, 20th Century Fox.
Huh.
And Tiger Electronics.
Who had the little handhelds.
Yeah. Made in China.
Was that like a Christmas present or a birthday present or something?
Christmas.
Perfect timing then.
Because my sister got one as well, my older sister. My
The
younger
Talk
sister
Girl?
was too young. No, they it wasn't for another year or so that they came out with the Talk Girl.
There's
Oh, and the battery pack is different.
batteries free of acid.
That dude looks so happy. Just walking through that present like, yeah, I'm going to get laid tonight. Yeah.
This is almost worse because, like, he's there and they're just straight up leaving him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to pick up the pace. Those short, stubby legs aren't going to help you out.
Oh, so pay attention to his ticket, by the way.
Okay.
Because there is something later on in the movie that I wanna point out. That I just want to double check Kevin and his ticket in this scene before I bitch about it.
Because we know what all your children look like.
Well, that's the problem with everyone having their own ticket. You know, when she didn't have like a big stack of tickets to hand them, she the flight attendant or the whatever they call them there can't be like, "Oh, we're missing somebody."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he doesn't have his ticket anymore, right? He dropped it. It's in that stack. Oddly enough, I only see one member of my family, none of the others.
Yeah, there's like 14
Yeah.
members. 13 other of his family, but still.
Yeah.
This would be so much more terrifying for me as a kid than being left home alone, realize you're on the wrong plane.
Well, you're in completely alien territory.
Yeah, exactly. At home, you at least feel safe.
Unless you're terrified of your home.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It's so weird that this guy just starts talking to this kid.
Also, why Chicago? He says he's just a tourist.
He's just a terrorist.
Yeah, oof. Is that Tom Petty?
It sounded like Tom Petty.
Yeah, Tom Petty Christmas special.
Maybe it's Christmas. Kind of Bob Dylan, too. Got a haircut in between movies.
Yeah, I think she looks a lot better with the shorter hair.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I like her with longer hair.
Well, I think in general I just like girls with the kind of shorter haircut. And also it reminds me of her character in Beetlejuice, which is what I always associate her with. So
Good call.
I'm probably more used to seeing her, I guess would be the proper terminology. Ah, beautiful sun-drenched Miami.
Dick.
My name's not Kevin.
I'm terrified of old people. Or perplexed by old people. Sailors in the background. I just had to make that observation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. New York.
Located in New
New
York.
That's Manhattan right there. You can't see that view from the airport because the airport is really far away from Manhattan.
It's like the outskirts of Queens.
Yeah. It's basically on the Queens Long Island border. At the end of the A train line.
Just like he's just like petrified. Just like If you like the joke the first 5 times, you're going to love it the next 10 times.
Home Alone 2, Beating a Dead Horse.
That's the Queensboro Bridge, also known as the 59th Street Bridge, and the Ed Koch Bridge, depending on what era of New York City you're from. Ed Koch being the current. That's Radio City Music Hall, as you can tell by the words Radio City Music Hall.
Is that a real diner?
I don't recall ever seeing it, but that doesn't mean that it's not real, because there's a lot of the city that I didn't see.
Yeah, not to mention this is like 22 years ago.
Yeah. It's really impressive that he was able to get from 59th Street to Chinatown to Battery Park, which is where you can see, and now he's in the financial district.
Yeah.
Which not
Isn't
as
too
impressive.
far
Yeah.
from Battery Park.
I mean, that's still like 2 miles.
He's a little kid full of energy, full of pep.
Yeah. And now he's the only person on top of the World Trade Center, which never happens. Or at least never would have happened at that time. You can see the Empire State Building in the background.
And the Chrysler, if you look hard enough.
Yeah. And the building that was the inspiration for LexCorp Tower, which is kind of right next to the Chrysler. But I've pointed that out before.
So could you not walk on the other trade center?
It looks like it.
Oh, the traditional
Are there
spelling.
are there different spellings for Kevin? Like C-E-V? Q-E-V?
The cop's like, there was a family like this last year who did this, and
We heard stories about this from terrible parents.
Officer Balzac not around, eating donuts.
Well, yes, okay. Now that we've done it twice. We're awful people.
I'm grabbing your dick.
Home Alone 2, more extreme.
Like New York. Oh, now he's in the meatpacking district. That's the High Line there on the right.
At that point, was it the High Line?
No, I don't think it opened up until like 2005. It was just kind of like a defunct railway track because it used to be not trolleys, but not the subway either. They're just like the elevated train.
Yeah. I think the movie that showcases it the best is probably Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's the first movie that I've seen where I recognized that it was the High Line. But then again, I didn't know that it was a thing until I lived there. Fish. As a kid, that was always my favorite joke. This.
It's the restaurant Subway.
Oh, that's clearly like 70 cents. I like Wet Bandits better. This is Central Park. You can tell because of the pigeons.
And the virtue that it's a park.
Yeah, and that bridge thingy. I forget what it's called, but that's the Central Park staple.
Danny DeVito jumps off it.
Ah!
Yeah. How does he outrun the cops? Like, I think we asked this question before.
Yeah. My babies.
My babies!
So this is the new Shovel Man. Caw.
My baby! My babies!
Get drop kicked by Batman.
Just backhanded.
Just owned in that. God.
One of the most one-sided fights in history.
Over there.
I'm George Washington. I actually lost the city of New York to the British during the Revolution.
Is that George Washington?
I feel like it is, because for the Battle of Manhattan.
Because there are a bunch of statues in Central Park. There's one dedicated to somebody. I remember it was a Polish somebody. I sent it to my mom because my grandpa's Polish.
I feel like this is Joe Pesci every day of the week, just like walking through New York City, just like
Pissed off that people bump into him.
Yeah.
This is the Plaza Hotel, a real hotel.
Are you seriously going to do this the entire fucking time? Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
I feel like the entire time I lived in New York, the Plaza was doing work because they always had scaffolding up every time I walked past it. And also the landmarks cool down after a while because they start filming everything in Canada.
Yeah. Toronto. I always like that Rumble, like the Jackie Chan movie Rumble in the Bronx, filmed entirely in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Man, his hair still sucks.
Yeah. They also film a lot in Montreal because Montreal looks very like a generic New York City street.
God. Wish that was it for him.
I've never had a mini fridge that you'd have to open with a key.
Yeah. I'm drunk.
I sound like Arrow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You have failed this city. Fuck yeah.
Whipped cream flowing like waterfalls. I don't know if you guys know what that's from, but it's hilarious.
I don't.
There's a YouTube video that has a old Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen video that's like slowed down, and it's just them. It's them and a couple of friends talking about what toppings they like on pizzas.
Oh.
So the big thing that I know this lady from is the Addams Family movies. She's the lady that marries cousin It.
Really?
Yeah, that's that's the big thing that I know her from.
I didn't know. Wow. So moving on up. No longer a big furry sunglass wearing thing.
Wow, racist.
Yes, that's totally. Yes, you got me. The fuck would you put your wallet in your bag for?
It's not that hard. You just hand it to the person. I hate children.
Rocking the pompadour, aren't we, Schneider?
It's back when people still kind of tolerated him.
What was it that broke? That broke you?
Dread.
Oh yeah. You
Because
didn't
he's
even
like-
make it to the animal.
No.
Or to
He's just like
the hot
in
girl.
He's in
Or the
Dread so much. Like it's this like central character, and it's like, fuck off, please. He has to do a good Stallone impression though. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I have the law.
Yeah. He screams the entire movie.
I'm pretty sure that's like him.
Yeah.
Like this is his most subdued character
Yeah.
ever.
A friend of mine worked with Rob Schneider because he used to have a sitcom that didn't last too long, but he did music for it. And he said he was actually a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
Just
He seems like a nice guy.
yeah. I like him more in a support capacity.
Yeah.
He could be funny.
Oh, Fruit Stripe. Most disappointing gum of all.
That and the Band-Aid gum.
Ah.
Those both. Well, I think they was the same manufacturer now that I think about
it. Look at those trunks. They're fucking huge on him. Then again, he is a little kid, so things are always weirdly proportioned clothing-wise.
Well, there's his father's trunks, aren't they?
I feel like that waistband is far too tight to be his father's trunks. But would make sense since it has, like, probably he has his dad's bag, not his own. That's Macaulay Culkin's O face.
How fun was this?
He clearly had the shorts on, like when you see him underwater, and then they just slide right off.
This movie must have been so much fun for him to make.
Ooh, Angels with Even Filthier Souls. The fake sequel to the fake movie in the first Home Alone. Angels with Filthy Souls.
A play on Angels with Dirty Faces.
Another one of my favorite gags. I don't know why. Because it's dumb, probably. That's quite the analogy.
You know if they filmed like any more stuff for this, or just particularly that scene?
I don't know.
The scene.
It'd be great to find out that they filmed like a whole
Maybe,
bunch of stuff.
Yeah, like just to see.
Like that movie on the top of the TV called Rat Bait.
Mm-hmm. It's impossible, I think, to fire a Tommy gun not like a psychopath. The Chicago typewriter.
Those buildings don't turn on that late.
I remember when we were at New York Comic Con, they had the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, Spider-Man colors. It was kind of cool. It's home turf.
Red and black?
Purple and green.
He sets this up very quickly. Either that or he constantly has it set up, ready to go.
Like when Kevin grows up, he's going to be like in the CIA or the FBI.
He's MacGyver. This
Yeah.
is MacGyver, the early years.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch The Critic, the cartoon TV show?
Occasionally.
I remember they had a cut scene where it was like Home Alone 37, and it just had like a version of Kevin with like stubble, and he's just like, ah, I'm home alone again. Why would he have a lamp inside the shower? I like how he put a hairnet on him. I don't know my own hotel rooms.
This film must have been a consolation to Tim Curry because earlier that year he lost the role of the Joker to Mark Hamill. They found his voice too scary, and I wish I could find just a little bit of that audio track to hear what it'd be like.
A little while ago, I went searching for it, and all I could find was people dubbing Tim Curry's other roles over Joker video, and I was like, not good enough. I don't want to hear his lines from Legend coming out of the Joker.
Never been to New York around Christmas time. I've been there around other holidays, but never
It's
Christmas.
nice, yeah. I was there this past, not this current Christmas, but this past Christmas.
Yeah, I bet it is nice.
Rockefeller Center is ridiculous.
It's always packed.
Yeah, especially during Christmas. But yeah, it's always.
Actually,
yeah,
I think I'm lying because I think I did see Rockefeller, not like on Christmas, but around the season where they had the tree up and everything. Yeah, it was during the day. It wasn't during night. I would have loved to see it during night.
They put that tree up Black Friday. So,
okay. I mean, it's probably around.
Yeah.
I think it might have been picking my brother up from college or something.
And they start to fade away one by one.
Cheap photographic forgery. They cut off your brother's hair.
Yeah. He looks at his hand.
He can't play guitar anymore.
Start right on cue when he starts missing his family. Well, I ate ice cream. I watch TV. And it sucks.
I have no idea what that is.
It's Jesus.
Jesus.
He needs to go across Central Park with bearing frankincense, myrrh, and gold,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I guess that's just East Manhattan. East Upper Manhattan. And then they start singing Somewhere Out There.
She's like, I'm at peace. Yes.
Yes.
I'm fading away. Like a distant memory. That sounded like the Superman theme for a second.
Well, it is John Williams.
Just recycling his old music. What a hack.
Wad of 50s.
I wonder how Tim Curry felt about being in this movie.
Yeah. That looks pretty joyous.
Yeah, he probably gets to hang out in the Plaza Hotel for like a month or so.
I feel like Tim Curry is the kind of guy that like almost like doesn't care what kind of movie he's in. He just enjoys the art of making movies.
Experience.
Not like Alec Guinness in Star Wars or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Ian McKellen in the Hobbit films. Not the Lord of the Rings, but the Hobbit films, because that's more like green screen. And since the dwarves are such a height differential, they just had the pictures of the actors. And apparently he like broke down crying on set. And he still had his mic on. He's like, this isn't why I became an actor. It's like, oh, like if I was on the crew and I heard that and saw that, I'd be like, oh, God, like what have we done?
We've broken a night.
Kevin is going to grow up to look like Tim Curry.
Worse. What kind of Mickey Mouse operation is this? They don't process the credit card ahead of time. Like usually you throw down like a deposit or something like that at the least. I understand not charging the whole thing ahead of time, but like you got to make sure that the credit card's legit. Pretty impressive that box was able to trap all that heat, that the steam came out when he opened it.
Pretty creepy, that look that Kevin just gave the camera.
I mean, it is Macaulay Culkin. God, I want pizza now. Why would you lower the window to use the phone, and then why would the driver turn around and say, yes, sir, when he's on the phone?
Eyes on the road, Chief.
There's so many issues there. Oh, my God. Tim Curry would make a great Grinch. Look at that smile.
Instead, they gave it to Jim Carrey.
Who still has a creepy smile, but not as creepy. I mean, with prosthetics, whatever.
He's like
just hitting them.
Made funnier by the fact that the Animaniacs had the good pigeons, or whatever they were called, that were based on several characters from Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Joe Pesci being one of them.
Yeah, and the God Pigeon was the leader instead of the Godfather.
By the way, it really bothers me how easily Marv steals apparel from people at this ice skating rink, and no one fights him about it.
No one seems to notice.
Yeah. So this store, designed to be kind of like FAO Schwartz, but the facade here, oddly enough, is an FAO Schwartz, but it's the Chicago FAO Schwartz. The New York FAO Schwartz looks very different on the front, and then neither of them look like this on the inside.
I've been to the New York one. I've never actually been in the city of Chicago, though.
I've been to both. The Chicago one closed down like 10 years ago. And the one in New York was going to close down a couple years ago, but Toys R Us, or the company that owns Toys R Us, bought FAO Schwartz. So technically, FAO Schwartz is now a Toys R Us, but they have kept it the same.
Right.
Because of the whole like New York landmark crap.
Yeah. Carries value. By name association.
Yeah.
See if I can... I heard somewhere that Chris Columbus and his kid are in this scene. As I peruse, I hear he's with his kid and he like points at something like, "Yeah, get that one."
I have no idea what he looks like.
I don't either.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just waiting for
so that'll be the more fun part.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a nondescript man to point at something with his kid. That's probably not him.
There he is. Oof. So I just went in the corner.
There he is. There's Chris Columbus with his daughter.
Yeah. Buy a Swiss Army knife at a toy store? That light brown jacket that Kevin's dad wears has popped up multiple times in this movie. I feel like it just keeps popping up.
It was a popular choice in 1992.
Maybe that was a conscious decision because he wanted it to be very apparent that it's a common jacket.
Yeah.
And not just those two guys are the only people in the universe that wear that jacket. Because, like, I want to say that's like the fourth or fifth person I've seen wearing it. Just the guy walking in the background there. He's a pervert.
He was also in Baby's Day Out. If you ever saw that movie.
I know of it, but
Joe
I don't think I
Mantegna.
saw it.
Oh, I've seen it. That's another one me and my sister wore the tape out on. We love this shit growing up, you know?
Mm.
Little kids annihilating adults.
There's like a huge line forming. They're like,
I know,
dude,
right?
keep checking
It's-
people out, man.
It's fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
They are just part of a song. You can go fuck yourself, kid. It's fucking New York. Of course it's nippy. Yellow bastard portrait. Oh God, he was a ghost. At the New York FAO Schwartz, they don't have a revolving door. They just have pull doors, and they have two employees dressed up as toy soldiers who open the door for you when you enter. Oh, how nice. Joe Pesci got his gold tooth back. Oh, God. Why didn't we think that a kid would start screaming? Why doesn't he have his limo there to pick him up? It's pretty irresponsible of the limo driver to just leave him there.
Yeah. At least call a cab or something. Come on, Kev.
And now it's broken. Can I get the Wayne special, please? Thank you. Good thing they never looked down.
I feel like every 90s kid did that.
Mm-hmm.
They overemphasized. I know Blade does it in the first movie. After he takes out the vampires in the beginning, he goes, yes! And it's just like, well, this isn't
Oh, God.
extreme close-up Curry.
Now he has all of Kevin's money. Most awkward stance ever. I feel like he was about to say, "You little shit."
Yeah.
Stay down, Rob. Stay down.
And we never saw him again.
Shame.
Cedric died that day. And his airline tickets.
Again, if you like the joke the first 5 times, you'll love it the next 10.
Why is their security team so old?
Trump hires out of retirement communities. Cheaper labor. It's like he had to think about it.
Yeah.
Like, what?
No, it might have been.
Got to give Tim Curry credit.
So defensive.
Yeah.
Remember, Tim Curry still has all of Kevin's money.
Maybe that's why the security's so old, because only, like, the senile would be fooled.
Yeah.
I don't have an excuse for Tim Curry and Cousin It.
Cousin It's wife.
It's just like a worm.
Now, why would they think to just hang out there?
Because this movie is dumb.
Exposition. What? Ugh.
Unlike the pigeons, she hits back. For me, the image of like Joe Pesci getting pissed off at pigeons is like, for some reason, quintessential Joe Pesci. Just get out of here. Just like with these birds.
Fans of the Avengers, this is the area underneath where Thor and Loki traveled back to Asgard at the end of the movie. Fun little tidbit.
Can take hats and nobody seems to give a shit.
World's greatest criminal.
The last movie I had, It's a Wonderful Life too.
Yeah.
In French, this time in Spanish.
Why? They're in Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
I mean, I get it. Okay, they're in Miami. It's a very big, like, Spanish population, but it's also Miami. You can get English channels. Way to be a party pooper. By the way, the idea that they own this entire property is ridiculous.
And a house in Paris.
Yeah. Did you see what street this said it was?
I want to say it was like East 53rd or something like that. So still like Midtown-ish. But on the east.
Mm-hmm. I know it was 51, the street address, but I missed what street number it was. Yeah. Because I want to say the last time I watched this, which was a couple weeks ago, I thought it was like the Upper West Side, and I was like, "There's no way he walked all the way up there. He's a little kid. Then again, he's a really resourceful little kid. So
Not to mention, we saw him cross immense distances in lower Manhattan when he first got here.
True.
He's
Out
got
96th Street. So
Ah.
yeah, it's about 30 blocks. Maybe he did it.
It is nighttime now.
And those are hookers. '96th Street is right about where it stops being the upper class, Upper West Side.
Right. Because you were, what, 120...
I was in the 150s, actually.
152nd or something like that.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, this guy pops out of the sidewalk.
Large Marge.
Breasts. I have to get away.
There's one
See?
right behind you.
The Calishers only look forward.
Just like crooks never look down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an oddly motivational line. Why? You're scaring away your fare.
It's Dan Aykroyd from Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
You want to see something really scary?
Why'd he turn it? Or, oh, well.
Bye.
Takes out his weed bag.
Hungry enough to eat flesh? Christ almighty.
She kind of looks like a female Stephen Fry.
Does he have sisters?
Not to my knowledge. No, they're all over me because they're addicted to my cocaine. Okay, Rorschach.
Is that the same scene?
No.
Just a fucking endless loop.
And now I will cut it off.
I never found, pigeons to be like this magical thing.
I know.
No, they're pretty
I
annoying.
just found them to be annoying as shit.
I had a French professor that referred to them as rats of the air.
Yeah, basically.
They're about as filled with disease.
Yeah, just pointless things. I was at Disney World once, and Gary Sinise did like a reading from the Bible. It's kind of cool. Just hearing Lieutenant Dan talk.
I was in New York once and saw Gary Sinise in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as Jack Nicholson's character, whatever that character's name is.
Yeah.
He was pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
She's the fan of the opera.
I don't know who any of those people are.
Oh, sorry. Probably because you reek of shit.
Oh, man. You have no idea. I mean, I don't know about her per se, but like...
Well, she's like covered in pigeons. So
Yeah.
like, you know, look, I know
mean, I'm
like try
pretty
to
sure
be
that
nice
shit
to
on her
people.
shoulder.
Try to be nice to people, but Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. There were a couple times where I would be like, oh, sweet, the subway's pulling up and this car's empty. And I'm amazed that this one is empty because it's a pretty busy day. All right, let's go in. And then I step in and I'm like, oh, that's why it's empty. Because there's a dude over there asleep who smells like he shit himself last week.
Like, why is this happening?
Thanks, Kev. You wouldn't be this alive. You're right, I do smell like bird shit. I'm like Radagast the Brown. More like Radagast the shit. Oh, man.
I'm spreading disease.
Avian flu, fly, my pretties. Does it work that way? Does a good deed erase a bad?
Nope.
No, says
It-
the psycho
Bird woman?
shit-drenched,
My-
diseased pigeon woman.
My father liked to say it takes 10 attaboys to get rid of one aw shit, meaning, no, it's not a 1-to-1 share.
Ratio.
Yeah, it is a 10-to-1. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. No. And he just jumps out the window.
I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Or Prince.
Friends.
Trust. Or the Joker, even.
Yeah.
I mean, he gives me money, and while Batman's at home,
washing his tights.
There it is.
If I could swim with the dolphins.
Oh, it's St. Anne's Hospital for Children. I have cancer.
Walker told
don't.
Walker told me I have AIDS.
God, I know that reference.
Yeah. There's an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger. For anyone who just randomly thinks I just randomly said that, where at the end of the episode, Walker's like goes up to the supporting cast, and they're like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing?" Oh, Walker told me I have AIDS. Ever watch Walker, Texas Ranger?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Actually used to, yeah, all the time.
The only Walker Texas Ranger I've seen is the random clips that Conan used to show on the late night show when he had the Walker
The lever.
yeah. It's really impressive that he's able to climb vertically up this tube. Also, he's probably covered in shit by now because that is a trash tube. Operation Ho Ho Ho.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
I don't get that reference.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Oh, right. It's the thing that he writes on the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I get it now.
We should watch those next year.
Yeah. Just only the first two take place during Christmas.
Yeah.
But Die Hard with a Vengeance is a great New York movie to watch.
Yeah.
So.
And it's actually my favorite of the sequels.
Yeah. And actually, pretty damn geographically accurate. Like, I watched it after I got acclimated to New York. Did not complain about how convenient anything was, distance-wise. So, there you go, Jake.
That's good.
You have that to look forward to.
Kerosene.
Oh, hey, watch out. There's a big hole there. You probably shouldn't walk there.
Well, a lot of it's because of you, Mom.
Well, they'll probably still dare.
Lip quiver.
Yeah.
Flashbacks.
Thank God. Yeah.
Thank God he's in this movie.
Thank you, Tim Curry.
Yeah, thank you.
I would have loved to hear your Joker.
Me too. He was supposedly the second choice for '89 Batman.
Oh. They also approached Robin Williams,
Mm-hmm.
but that was more of a kind of a bait tactic.
Yeah,
to
for old
Nicholson.
Jack. I feel like Tim Curry would have been a great Joker, live action or voice.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, at 89, yeah.
Yeah.
He would have been about...
They wouldn't have needed, like, the prosthetic smile.
Yeah.
I've been wearing shoes lately that sound like I'm farting every time I walk.
Oh, God, my shoes used to do that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's funny, but it's unfortunate. You ever use an old-timey cash register?
Nah.
No.
Do they
Yeah.
suck?
Well, we had a thing a little while ago dealing with a cash register thing, and they busted out an old one for us to use, and it was just too complicated in the sequencing, so we just did it all by hand with a calculator.
Right.
Shows how jaded we are with technology. Let's get some of it in there.
It's all ones. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. He took 2 pictures, but only one film came out.
The 90s, I feel like, especially like the late 80s, early 90s, was like prime Pesci.
Prime time, Pesci.
Yeah, you know, the Lethal Weapon 2 through 4.
Mm-hmm.
My Cousin Vinny, this, Goodfellas.
Why didn't you just step away? Oh, well.
let him die?
That's death.
Like
People
just
die from
a
that.
shard of metal through his chest.
Yeah. Hey, he sounds like Loki.
If she accidentally walked in after like the massive booby traps,
Oh, yeah.
his mom just gets wrecked. Creeper smile Stern.
Yeah.
I have to give a shout out to my grandparents and my parents for sitting through this movie multiple times now that I'm like watching it.
Yeah. It's
Oh, right. Marv doesn't know how to count. Oh, hey. Daniel Stern was in 2 episodes of House of Lies.
I've never actually watched that show.
No, neither did I.
I know Don Cheadle's nominated for a Golden Globe for it.
just watching a man become brain dead.
Brain deader.
The voice of the Wonder Years. He gets hit so many times he becomes smart.
Turns right around the spectrum.
Yeah. But yeah. Chris, you got any other cool toys for me to like look around your place while this movie's going on?
The Richard Keel. The Richard Keel Twilight Zone
Yeah.
figure.
Where was the last time you saw that, Chris? I could probably find that in a second or two.
Actually, it might be up on that right behind you where that sink area is. See that box that has the action figures?
Oh, yeah.
It might be in there. Do you want to go look?
Give this a... Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I'm turning you.
Honestly, once you realized it was a trick doorknob, you should probably like...
I know. Why would you give it that much slack?
Yeah. After your experiences in the last McAllister residence, just run for the fucking hills.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can see from here. It's not in there. Sorry.
And stapled his ass cheek shut.
It might be on the bookshelf that's in the hallway. Giving up. Oof.
Missing too much of this movie.
Missing Daniel Stern getting his scrotum stapled together.
Just in time.
I really want to know how he planned to get into the window with this. We've established that the ladder is not close to that window at all.
Think about the paycheck. Think about the paycheck.
I think he just liked having a marked up forehead.
It's like pulling out a catheter. The fatal flaw of the bandits. Neck breaks, death. Just falls. And that's the last we see.
Of Daniel Stern in general.
Yeah.
Not
Honestly,
just the character
it's
he's
been
dead.
a while.
Yeah. He was the voice of Dilbert on the short-lived Dilbert cartoon.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Ugh.
Secret of the Ooze.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Marvs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Marvs. Bandits in a half shell. That's what she said.
It's pretty hilarious. I don't know.
It has a gravitational pull. He's being pulled by an otherworldly presence to the paint.
Oh, look at that. He's looking down.
He's the one that learns the most. You know, he checked the doorknob, and he, kind of recoiled when he pulled the light. I mean, he doesn't learn all that much.
Yeah.
So.
A little bit of credit's given.
Yeah.
He doesn't learn how to smell gasoline.
Oh, Jesus. That's how he wakes up every morning.
Covered in white goo.
Still in this nightmare.
Yelling.
Still here. That's how my insides feel right now.
God.
My brain, too, watching this
Multicolored?
movie.
He has nightmares of being in another Home Alone movie.
Yeah.
This is why he quit acting. This is why he's very selective of his projects now.
It was
By the way, real quick, this is literally one of my favorite gags.
It's your Twitter avatar.
It is currently my Twitter avatar because I love it so much. Just
This scene always freaked the shit out of my sister.
yeah. Like, I don't know why, but just the idea of his skin and muscles and everything melting away and him just becoming a skeleton for 2 seconds and still screaming just makes me laugh every time.
I do love a screaming skeleton.
And the skeleton had a beard.
And fro.
Okay. Now I can go back to hating this movie. That's not true. I don't hate it.
Yeah. I don't, it's certainly, now that I'm 25, like,
It's
years
very,
old.
very close to hating.
Yeah. It's more of at this point, it's more of a nostalgic quality for me.
The light's following me. Impressive handstand.
Yeah.
And he's dead. Held it, though.
Got that friar tuck. dick face.
At least he's learned to be a little cautious. And he's dead.
Death to stern.
By like the third time
At
in
le-
just this movie alone.
At least. Think about the paycheck. Think about the paycheck.
At least I still have my gold tooth. Least safe thing ever.
I mean, again, Joe Pesci is basically live action Yosemite Sam.
Yeah. Refusing to have dialogue in the scene, so he doesn't have to memorize anything.
And that's why I hate those rickety ladders up to the attic. Because that's all I see. Because you had a concussion.
Something about the word schnoz.
Dead. Dead.
I really do want to see like the montage where he's just like training so he can lift up that
Yeah.
pipe. This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Well, as long as Joe Pesci said it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's well timed.
he was just like praying out loud, like, "No, it's not."
This is my friend Amanda's favorite trap. Mostly because neither of us can understand how the toolbox stays upright the entire way down the stairs.
That was good.
I believe that was a trailer moment.
Yeah. Also, why didn't they just take the stairs again? Oh wait, there it is.
Those stairs?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Oh yeah. My bad. Again, I haven't seen this in like 20 years. Maybe just 10 years. 10 years since. This in no way will bite us in the ass.
No recoil or anything, just slam.
And how they look like Owen Wilson.
just in case you forgot, he dipped this rope in kerosene.
Hence why they showed the can of kerosene.
Labeled kerosene.
Subtle. This movie is not.
It's alright, because the sticky bandits also mention that it smells of kerosene.
That was one of those lines where my mom would be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. he just...
Yeah, not everyone's as dumb as you. And you're a terrible shot. Hey, what was the rope dipped in?
I feel like...
Oh,
Oh.
okay,
yeah,
thanks.
there.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe Pesci.
Oh, Strike Anywhere matches.
Not legal to buy in Virginia.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
I think. I want to say that was a big thing, like, in Boy Scouts. Maybe it was just against the rules in Boy Scouts. Maybe I'm misremembering history.
So otherwise I'd try to strike him on everything. Because I remember when I was in Boy Scouts, I had a box of Strike Anywhere matches.
Oh, yeah, no, I had a box of Strike Anywhere matches.
Had to put it to the test.
Mm-hmm. Not actually Strike Anywhere. It still had to be like a rough surface.
Yeah.
It just didn't need to be the Matchbox.
For me, one of the coolest visuals in the movie... Give us a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
One of the coolest visuals in the movie Stalag 17 is when William Holden lights a match on a dude's like stubble and then lights his cigarette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen that recreated a whole bunch. Because I haven't seen that particular movie, but I have seen that effect.
It is phenomenal.
I second that.
Well, I guess that's where we meet him in Central Park, not necessarily the address. But didn't we establish it was like 96th?
They showed the street sign 96th Street.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep egging them on.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Watch out for Ice Kid. Remember to look down.
Nobody looks down. Broke his ass.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about that.
Good thing they still wanted to go to the park.
Yeah.
But the war is far from over. Oh. Ugh. There's too many pigeons. It's like it's a public park or something.
It's like that movie The Birds when they're attacked by the birds.
Home Alone 2, directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
Raul Du Gordon.
Was a terrible movie. Actually, I don't know. I've never seen Shooter, but it was a Riff Tracks joke, and I'm recycling it.
I was thinking Jurassic Park myself, Shoot her.
Oddly enough, that was the movie's riff tracks where they made the joke.
I was thinking Batman 89 when they go, shooter. That's all I'm just gonna
Really?
do.
Were you thinking of
Batman
Batman
89? I'm just going to
89?
do the rest of this movie. I'm thinking is Batman 89 references because
Because that's all you need.
yeah, I checked out about I don't know
An hour ago.
an hour ago.
They're eating me. They're and she cackles evilly as they consume their prey.
I love playing with fire. It's Christmas, you idiot.
All they see are just skeletal remains left.
Yeah.
My God.
It's like the end of the movie, We're Back. That I seem to be one of the few people to actually remember, but the guy
the
gets eaten
dinosaur.
by the pigeons. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
you remember it. And all that's left is the screw that he had in his eye.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. I don't remember why that's so. Or you know.
I'm gonna kill you as soon as we get in the joint, Ma.
Oh, good thing I'm not wearing any gloves, just in case there's fingerprints all over this. Whatever. I have no idea what he's talking about because I'm senile. It's about average. Whenever I walked through Times Square, I had fucking blinders on.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone walked up to me, I just kept walking, no matter what it was.
Yeah, yeah. Take their flyer, maybe. Or just keep going
Yeah.
faster. Where have I seen that guy before?
I don't know, I'm almost positive he's played a cop in other things.
Oh.
You know? Oh, sorry. I wasn't even thinking that you were responding to dialogue.
Yeah.
I thought you figured out who he was.
Nah.
It's Ron Canada, who was in The Wedding Crashers, National Treasure, and Cinderella Man.
Oh yeah, he was the butler in Wedding Crashers.
Oh, yeah.
Not ringing any bells for me, though.
Yeah, gotta get my stories.
Ugh. He was in 3 episodes of The Strain.
This is the emptiest I've ever seen Rockefeller Center
Yeah.
on Christmas.
It's the emptiest I've seen Rockefeller Center, period.
Yes.
Oh, he was in several episodes of Boston Legal as one of the judges. That's how I recognize him. A lot faster than last year.
Apparently they had to. They didn't have to fake as much snow as they thought they would. Like New York was hit by a pretty big snowstorm during production.
Mm.
How angry are these like kids though? Because their Christmases are ruined because Kevin gets lost. So when they come home, they're like, "Hey, Kevin, stop getting fucking lost."
Well, remember they didn't like Florida.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, this wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah. They're coming in through the walls, man. We're fucked.
2 hours, we're not gonna 2 weeks, we're not gonna last 2 hours, man.
Game over, man. Game over. We're dead. We're dead. We survived, but we're dead.
That was too fucking funny.
Aw, character growth. Are any of these labeled, or everyone's just free for all?
I feel like it's almost. I mean, unless like Mr. Duncan got like everybody's names.
Well, I thought Kevin was gonna open the first present. Okay. Turtle doves. By the way, how did Mr. Duncan know where Kevin and his family was?
Because he's insane.
He also, yeah.
I'm eccentric.
Not to mention, I mean, Kevin does provide his full name, and I'm sure like something in the news wire like would come up, especially if they had like a citywide search for this dude.
That's true. The NYPD probably knows, like, they know where the McAllisters are.
Yeah. Kevin.
You know, usually in New York, when a guy walks up to you and says, "I've got something for you," it's not a good thing. Don't you forget about me. Wait, wrong John Hughes movie. Used gum.
All of Midtown or Central Park West heard that shit.
Mm-hmm. That's how pissed he was.
Yeah. So, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I still think it's more entertaining
Yeah.
than the first film.
No, I would still say that it's the better
Yeah.
of the two.
If you didn't like the first one, though.
Oh, you'd probably hate this one.
Yeah. Right, Jake?
Yeah.
But,
think
yeah, it's all right.
I'm done with Home Alone.
Forever.
So
Yeah.
But the Talk Boy, man.
that was cool.
I'm going to slap some new batteries in this and see if it starts working again.
Oh, God, I hope. But, yeah, so it's been, we've had a nice Merry Christmas watching the Home Alone movies with you guys,
Yeah.
provided you're listening on Christmas. But probably not because it's fucking Christmas.
That's
But
true.
anyway, thank you for listening to all this. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back resuming our celebration of Batman with one last film.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, keep an eye out for that, and we'll be here every week. This is Geek Out Commentary signing off. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
See you on the flip side.
See you.
Bye.